Molweni Julle, Namkilekile Kui YouTube channel Yam. I've been wanting to make this video about my C-section experience and I finally have the opportunity. I've been busy with other things. Actually, I haven't been that busy with the baby around. This past week, I actually just took a break from everything and I've been posting much, but I'm here now and ready to tell you my story and share my new life with you. I started vlogging. Today's the 16th of June. Yesterday was Father's Day and I did try and vlog yesterday, but his favorite thing, like if you want to spoil him, stay home and do nothing. And that's exactly what we did yesterday. So I'll probably still use the footage in a vlog, but for most of the time we were like literally in bed sleeping, chilling, and he loved it. So even the chicken livers I wanted to make yesterday, I'm only gonna make today to put the future vlog into perspective. So I had to like make bullet points, like talk mini topics, like so I don't just talk forever and like not get to the point. So I will be looking at my iPad as I go. Okay, so before the C-section, in case you don't know, today 4 weeks ago gave birth and I had to have it a C-section. I don't think it was an emergency C-section. The fact that I didn't dilate, I think, doesn't necessarily mean that it was an emergency C-section, because the baby was still fine. His heart rate wasn't crazy. He wasn't in any distress that we had to rush to a C-section, as far as I understand and my experience of it. So why a C-section? It wasn't planned. I was going to try and do a natural birth, but then it became 39 weeks and 4 days and there was absolutely no sign of anything happening, which is still fine, but the concern was the baby was getting very big. When he was born, he weighed 4.2 kilograms, and just given my family history as well of not dilating, like a bunch of factors, the doctor was he still said it's my choice, like if I want to do natural we can like push and try, but yeah, like he didn't want me to be traumatized by natural birth by week 41 when the baby decides to come and he's like 5 kilograms or something. I do see on TikTok some people have given natural birth to like 4.7 kilogram babies. Like, well done. I don't know how he did it. I don't know, Auntie Ad. But I don't know, that wasn't something, I didn't want it that bad, you know, like I'm not like against a C-section. So then by 39 weeks and 4 days we decided, like quick, like a day or two before, okay, we're gonna do an induction, what do they call it, a selective induction. And I went in on the Sunday evening. They used the gel like 3 times. Wait, before I see, this is why I need the bullet points, because why am I already telling you about the C-section? Sorry, it wasn't planned. It had to happen. My C-section had to happen because I wasn't dilating. Okay, we're gonna come back. My emotional and mental state before, obviously, like I was a bit nervous for natural birth, but I was also like mentally ready for it. But obviously we're speaking about the C-section now. By the time that I was told we're gonna have a C-section, which was 23 hours into labor, I was like, that's fine, let's go. Because at that point my pain was quite bad, my water never broke, and my contractions weren't reading as much. I had they said the pain was from like the baby like pushing, settling, but my pain wasn't here. It was like, it felt like my whole inside of my body was gonna fall out, like gravity, something wasn't happening. The pain that I felt, and I eventually got so frustrated because my pain wasn't showing on the little monitor, and I feel like no one was believing me. I felt gaslit by that monitor. My pain was quite bad. Like, I was over it. I actually started crying towards the end, and I say that because I feel like I have a high pain tolerance. Like, I don't like getting waxed and like irritating stuff, like getting pimples popped, but my pain, I can take it, and it wasn't like at that point. So emotionally I was fine. Like, I think because I was just like chilled about everything from the start, I wasn't like, oh, disappointed, crying. I think the emotions and like the stress leading up, shame, Sikle actually, like, when the doctor said, okay, we're doing C-section, and doctor left, Sikle looked at me and then he started crying, and I don't think for any specific reason other than like it was the build up and finally, okay, it's done now and it's happening, like we're gonna meet the baby. So it wasn't like a panic station situation. It was fine, and like I said, it wasn't an emergency C-section, so there wasn't even a rush going into theatre. It was gonna happen like a half an hour later, but that's because people were available. Sorry, that's a weird flying thing. Okay, packing for the hospital, what came in handy versus what wasn't necessary. I obviously just followed the list from the hospital. Guys, in my defense, I'm also not going to be gaslit by the hospital list. It didn't say receiver, okay? And it said a blanket if you don't want to use the hospital one. Can't when we got there, no, not the hospital blanket, and you need a receiver. But it's fine, my mom was close by, so she brought it the next morning while I was still being induced. I only like coincidentally packed one like fluffy teddy outfit. In case you're watching this in the far future, I gave birth the 19th of May. So it is cold here in Joburg already, and he wore that on his first night. So it turns out we needed more of the fluffies just because I didn't understand how cold babies get. Like, I just didn't know. So like socks, beanies, like all those things were very important, and I didn't know like in the moment. Nappies, wipes, bum cream, all those things, yeah, like all of those things came in handy. And all my things came in handy. Like, if you follow the list and what everyone else packs, like I wouldn't say like there's a specific hack I can let you in on. No, not me. Also, like, on that note, I will never claim that I'm like some mom expert. I'm not, and I actually like it that way because I feel like I'm not stressing over things. Like, my baby drinks from 4 different bottles. He has 3 different dummies, 4 different bottles, and my boob, 3 different dummies. Like, there's no funny things, like being confused about things, of which I totally get it. I'm not saying it's funny. I'm too like different things because I didn't know it. It was never, I was never stressed like, oh, he's gonna have, what do they call it, nipple confusion and stuff like that. It was never something I stressed about, so I never even saw anything like that, and it just never happened. I'm not saying it's because I wasn't stressed about it, but the vibes are just chilled, and I think I'm very lucky to have a chilled baby. I know it's not like that for everyone, and maybe like I'm still about to see flames. It's only been 4 weeks, but for now it's been good. Okay. Final moments before surgery. Painful, because now everyone knows you're going in. No one cares about your pain anymore. Canty, I'm still in my induction. Like, I'm still feeling the pain. I'm just chilling there, but they can't do anything anyway, so it's fine. Sikle got dressed in his scrubs. It was exciting. And I think at that point I started to get nervous because I just don't like this idea. Like, I don't like medicine and like the idea of drugs, even like anything like altering, like mind altering or body altering. And it freaked me out that I was gonna like choose to be paralyzed, like half my body with the spinal block or whatever you call it. And there was actually moments I was like, I must have just gone under. And I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go under, miss my baby's birth. I've been waiting for so long. I wasn't going to do that. Okay. But that was fun. Then, on to the next one, number 2, in the operating room. So, just continuing from the previous point, like final moments before surgery and in the operating room. Suki obviously came with me, he could come with me, he pushed the bed, and when we got there, like, I don't know if you know, like, if you're watching, you know what a theater looks like. It's not like any other normal room. It's like a big open room, and like, you're gonna be in the middle. There's a lot of people, and like bright lights and things, and it's just like you in this like race now. And before that room there's another like reception area, whatever, receptionist area, and Suki had to wait there while they take me in and transferred me onto the operating bed, gave me the spinal what, just got me ready, like give me oxygen and whatever. I don't know why he couldn't be there for that, but that's fine. Like, everyone was sitting up. I still wasn't like panic station, but yeah, he was waiting outside, and he took a few videos while he was outside, even one of himself, and he looked a bit stressed there, obviously. I think he was also mostly stressed because he wanted to like take the pain and the stress from me, but he couldn't. But girl, I'm fine. I got this. Like, I was good, guys. I was good. So then what the room felt like: cold, bright lights, so many people, and I still looked cute on the Sunday when I got there. At this point it was 4 o'clock or something, even 4:30, maybe 4:30 on the Monday. And at this point I don't look cute anymore, and not for any other reason other than the pain I was in. It wasn't a cute situation. If you watched the actual birth vlog, you would see towards the end it's not cute. But the mood was fine. It became a little bit panic station situation when the anesthesiologist, okay, I don't know what these things are, because now he had to give me my spinal thing then, and my gynae is so cute, shame, he's so cute, and so I had to sit on the bed. I sat on the bed, and everyone was like, I could tell, like, and because of the TikTok videos I've watched, I know this is like a big moment, but you could just feel like a big moment is happening, and they actually played it very cool. I feel like because of my TikTok videos, I understood how important it was in this moment to sit still. They were very chilled about it, but they were like, you're gonna have to sit still now, like really still. But they didn't say like, otherwise like you'll be paralyzed or the thing will go up and not down or something. But I knew from like my TikTok videos it's important to sit still. But the doctor, my gynae, shamed him, and there was another lady who helped him like take the baby out. They were standing there holding my hand, and the anesthesia wad, he was also like very cute, and he's like, okay, you're gonna have to sit still now. And now everyone at the same time, they're like, this is gonna hurt a bit, you're gonna be fine, just hold my hand. No. And he cleaned my back, and then he went in, and everyone was like, oh. And guys, like, I'm not like sitting here and I'm not trying to sound like God's favorite or something there. I didn't feel that thing. Apparently that one was the one that was supposed to be sore. I didn't feel it. So they were like, oof, okay, this is the moment. The next one won't be as bad. Like, this is the bad one. I think they numbed the area and then they put in the thing. I didn't feel it. It was fine. Sat there, I'm looking down, I'm sitting still, like not moving because you have to push out and everything. And then went in, he's like, okay, doing the second one now, but you won't really feel it. I'm like, girl, I didn't feel the first one. But anyway, I was now panic because also now I know people like get the shakes. Me, I'm already shaking, okay? I'm shaking because I was like stressed and it was cold. I'm already like shaking because I shake when I'm stressed. Like shiver, you weet. But it was fine. Guys, my legs are gone immediately, okay? Now I'm there like dead weight, literally. And oh, now they have to transfer me, I think, onto the operating bed. I was like climbing there. They like took my leg, put it down. I'm on. Oh, okay, here the next bullet point was about the spinal block. What it felt like, what you saw, heard. I told you everything already. And my legs were numb. Let me tell you. I'll skip ahead. So my thing is, like, I get in my head now. So I told myself before, whatever happens, this thing, you're gonna feel anxious. If you think about it, don't think about it. The whole time I'm not thinking about it. The fact that I'm like paralyzed now. The baby comes, I said I'm skipping now, I'm gonna come back. The baby comes, Cecily's out with the baby, they're stitching me up, I'm there now. I have nothing to do. I'm listening to doctors talking about hormones and what. I'm like telling my brain, okay, let's try and move my legs. Obviously, it didn't want to move, and I literally get this like shock through my body, like a skrik, like I get a fright, like, oh my word, it's really... And I start feeling anxious. At this point, I'm shivering like this, not like this, like that. I'm like, cool, breathing, trying to keep quiet, and all I can see is the lights and the what, and I'm being worked on. But luckily, like, I'm a strong girl. I tried again to move my legs. I don't know why. It didn't work. I still felt a bit panicky, but then I was fine. Your emotions during surgery. Oh my word, I see an example here, because obviously I'm using ChatGPT to help me come up with the bullet points. Is detachment, and that's actually very interesting. I think I would actually describe one of my emotions as detachment. I was very like not emotional, not like, oh, I'm away, we're meeting our baby. Like, I was just there, and I was looking into the bright light, and it had a little reflection. I kind of see what was going on there, but not in detail. But they say like you feel hula ruk and pluk, like how they work, like you feel, but it wasn't that like aggressive. But I wasn't too scared. At the start, I'm always scared, like, how am I going to react to all the things that's on me? Like, will I be able to breathe? Am I going to be allergic to something? That's just me as a person. But I was actually fine. The shaking made me anxious. But luckily, again, thanks to TikTok, I knew I was going to shake. So I was like, this is normal. Oh, okay, wait. Now I'm there now. I'm almost now. Then they cut me open. As they cut me open, that's when Cecily came in. And I actually felt so sorry for him because he doesn't like blood and stuff and like vomiting. That's just an extra fun fact. But he came in and he sat here. And he was taking videos, doing such a good job. And he's like, he tries to play it very cool, shame. He was a bit nervous, but he looked very happy and excited. And this thing is so quick. Like, it literally takes... I want to say 5 or 10 minutes to open you up and get the baby out. So they did say, okay, he's coming. And then they realized that his head was actually, it's supposed to be like this in the canal to come out. He was like that. So they said like God willing or whatever, like it didn't work out, that I actually gave natural birth because he was like this. It was going to be like a complicated situation. You can even see on the pictures his face is like squished like this. It took an extra few minutes. So yeah, Silly was allowed in. He was there to support me. He took videos. Even then, I felt quite detached. I was just looking at him like, I think you can see on the videos, I was like, haha, yeah. And then they were like, oh, baby's coming. I was like, And then baby came out, and it was literally the coolest experience ever. Even though I didn't seem, actually for what felt very long, it wasn't that long, it's like the coolest thing. Like, you can hear the baby, and the baby's out, and everyone's saying, oh, he's big, and Celia's saying he has hair, and I can't see anything, but I know like he's there. That was so cool. So that like goes to point number 3, meeting your baby. The first cry, yeah, he cried loud, obviously, whatever that was, but I know that's a good sign. But then they took him just behind me or something to do his things, like check if he's okay, check these things. He was allowed to go with, and then from there they brought him to me. I was still shaking. You can see on the video I'm shaking, and then I was like, and I had like a little cry, not like a but like a, oh, he's here. But again, I wasn't like filled with all these emotions, like, oh my gosh, my child, and all these things. But I'm also just not the type of person. Still, even now, I feel like that. I feel like I even like rough love him. Like, I'm like, oh, he's crying. I'm like, oh, it's okay. Like, I'm not like, oh. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just not the type of person. So I was also not that type of person in that situation. Then cute, cool, had pictures. they took the baby with Sihle and they left. Not everyone's talking about how big this baby is, and like they're like betting like how much he weighs, like they're guessing and putting bets on it. And I think the ped was the closest. She said 4.1, 4.2 kgs, but they left, and that was so quick. What took the longest was getting stitched up at the end. So now I'm there on my own, and I'm listening to doctors talking about harmonics and whatever, and I'm shaking. And that's when the whole thing happened, where I was like trying to tell my brain to move my legs and it didn't work. So I had a lot of time to think and just sit there. But again, I would still say like I kind of had like this detached feeling, but I felt fine-ish. A little bit of anxiety, like I said, because of the shaking, but also just excited to go to the room and see Sihle and see the baby. But I wasn't like in a rush. Like I felt very fine. Skin to skin, again, I'm not implying anything when I say these things, but like skin to skin, like, okay, we know it's like very important and special and good for the baby, and how can I say, I don't like romanticize things like that. So I wasn't like, it wasn't like this big skin to skin moment. It did happen, but it wasn't like little rainbows and sprinkles and glitter and stuff like that. Like I'm just not that girl. Like, but it was very cute. Had him. So I went. So okay, wait. First, that's not here. After I got stitched up, went to the recovery room, which is just outside the theater. There were two like makulus talking. They were so funny and entertaining. She was definitely checking something the whole time. Like every few seconds she was checking, writing down, checking, but like talking to me. I think they were like also just trying to keep me awake and active or something. Not long after that, I got to go to my room. I'm assuming that was quite quick because the baby wasn't even back yet with Sihle. I was in the room, and next thing, here comes Sihle and the baby in the trolley. Sihle is like, he's now a professional. He spent so much time with this baby. He came in there like this is my BFF. I'll introduce you to him. And yo, we had him, did skin to skin breastfeeding. I guess I can make another video on the breastfeeding journey. Also, again, because I'm just like not that like expert mom vibe. Like I don't have much to say. He did latch. He did drink for long. Yeah, it was good. It was fun. At the same time, skin to skin. Then Sihle skin to skin wasn't like very. I think because he didn't have to wait for me. I was in the room. It was a quick thing. He was in the room and no one was there to direct the skin to skin situation. So by then it was me and him, and he's like, the baby's done drinking. I'm like, hey, you haven't done skin to skin, like do you want to do skin to skin? So he took the baby, did skin to skin. I think he really enjoyed that. That's also on the birth vlog. He was sitting with the baby. Yeah, that was very cute. Then my emotional response versus physical states. I felt fine. I think I still felt a bit detached. Like I said, even till this day, I'm not like, it's not like a fairy tale feeling. I don't know how to describe it. I feel like I want to speak about this because I know a lot of people, or women, especially on TikTok, what I've seen, also say like they didn't immediately feel this way about their baby or this or that. And I feel like mine is also just like normal, like life continues. I have this baby, I love him. It's not like I hope I don't sound bad, but it's like my life now and we move. It wasn't like this like movie thing. Like it's still unreal to me. It's like the biggest miracle ever. Sihle and I both, so today we'll look at him and be like this is literally our child and he's here and he cries and he eats and he breathes. Like that's so amazing. Anything unexpected? So nothing like big deal. I didn't know much about like what happens straight after a C-section, especially with the spinal block and how long it takes to work out. But as soon as I got back to the room and they were doing the pads and stuff, the nurses, or just like, yeah, even just putting on my pajamas and stuff, I could like kind of move-ish my legs. And they thought, whoa, that's quite quick, but that it does happen sometimes to people. It doesn't mean that I immediately started feeling my pain, but even the anesthesiologist, whatever, he also said like, just manage your pain, don't wait for the pain to start. And even with being induced, I wasn't, I'm not even telling you about the induction. I'll make another video about the induction as well. So we have breastfeeding and we have induction. And I actually want to make a video about like my pregnancy itself. So that's 3 videos. We might as well do a series, and this is the C-section one. It's not in chronological order, but it's fine. So yeah, like I just knew, okay, my legs are kind of like working again. Pain might start-ish. And then I just had the option of like the types of pain management things I wanted to use. And I was scared of the hard stuff, but I ended up using the hard stuff. But I will tell you about it now. Okay, so the first 24 to 48 hours, immediate recovery. So when you have a C-section, you sleep over in the hospital for 2 nights, I think. I can't even remember. It all just feels like one big thing to me. And on that note, I still talk about how amazing it actually was. Like, even with the pain and you're not at your own house and everything, it was just such a nice bubble experience. Me, baby, Sihle, we get food, we have help. It was amazing. It really was. Like, I missed the time of being in the hospital. My friend, and she might actually watch this, she always said that, and if she sees it now, she's gonna say, see, I told you, like, being in the hospital, just the whole thing, like giving birth and everything, it was actually amazing. Like, even though things didn't go according to plan, it was really a great time. Okay, pain levels and medication. Okay, so it literally was next. So even when my pain started being really bad while I was being induced, the nurse said, there's this injection we can give you in your bum. I was like, nah. Then by the time, so like an hour before I found out, okay, we're doing a C-section, like the induction has failed, I was actually saying, listen, please, can we have that injection? But at the same time, I was thinking, maybe I shouldn't, because see, now I'm thinking for the doctor, I'm gonna just be the patient and relax. I was like, maybe I shouldn't, because what if I actually have to have a C-section? Now I have this thing in my system. And that's exactly what happened. The nurse said, okay, wait, let me call the doctor. The doctor said, okay, it's going to come through, because if nothing's happening, there's no point in getting this injection. We're just going to do the C-section. And then you won't feel anything anyway, because now you are out. Done. All the way down. So the night of the C-section, they also said, hey, the injection in the bum, it is quite strong, because by now everyone knew like how I felt about the different things. I'm like, okay, let me just chill. Everyone has been telling me like you're gonna have to manage it well, so I said, let's wait and see what happens. They gave me like pain stuff through my drip, cool, and I think antibiotics. That was fine. Pain started, and yes, guys, like I couldn't remember properly. Actually, it got lit, okay? Then I was breastfeeding, and that night, Nandi still came. I was breastfeeding, and it's so true what they say. Even after giving birth, no matter which way, you still feel contractions, and I think it's even worse when you breastfeed. Guys, did I not see flames? I had the worst contractions. I was in so much pain. I'm breastfeeding them. I have this pain, like the C-section pain, I'm assuming, plus the contractions. I'm in so much pain that I tap out. Like, Siki and Nani, they're sitting right there. I'm breastfeeding. I'm like this. Like, like how I know that level of pain is the one time I tore something in my ankle, and for a few seconds I couldn't see. It was like that. I couldn't see, I couldn't stay awake. I was tapping out. That's how much pain I was in. Then I said, give me that injection. Give me the injection. Guys, I got that injection, and for 2 days I wasn't okay. I don't know what that injection was. It was nice, but I was not myself. Oh my gosh, obviously I wouldn't say I wouldn't take it again because it helped, but it was like scary. Like I wasn't myself. I don't know how to describe it. I was just so out of it, but it did help for the pain. But I could not stay awake. I couldn't stay awake, and that was scary. And I think there's also a part on my birthing vlog where the nurse says, whatever you do, when you have a baby and you feel tired or sleepy, you put the baby down. And I understand why they said that, because I was just like I was just sleeping. I don't know what time it was, where I was. And I think, okay, it's still gonna come when I speak about the nurses, but the first night I was just calling the nurse the whole time, and I only realized later you're not supposed to do that ish. I think that's what I assumed. I got the idea that you need to like now start doing things, but maybe also it was understandable for the first night, and especially because of this injection. Okay, then the next thing I was scared for, because of what everyone was saying and TikTok videos, and again, like, guys, I'm not God's favorite. I'm not saying I'm God's favorite, but it wasn't so. I'm sorry, it wasn't so for me. Obviously, when you have a C-section, they put in a catheter, so now they have to take it out. Apparently, that's like the worst thing, and it wasn't sore. I'm gonna say that because maybe like you're scared, and now there's 50% chance, hope that it won't be sore. It wasn't sore at all. I was like bracing myself. Oh my god, I was asking them like, are you gonna take it out now? Like, just tell me like what to expect, whatever. They took it out and it was really fine. I didn't feel anything, but I feel like I jumped there. I've heard from other people these things happen differently. So my C-section happened at night, 5-6 o'clock. I was done with everything. The next morning at 5 a.m. Was it 5 a.m? Anyway, the next morning they came to me like, okay, we're gonna walk now, and I got, that's before they take out your catheter. For me, I got out, and I don't know what we're allowed to say and not say on here, but got out and waterfall, started to walk, and I was walking fine. I didn't feel any pain. I was walking slow-ish, but it wasn't like a circle. Like, we were going. She even said like, you can slow down, it's fine, whatever. I'm like, I'm good, girl. Like, walk. We came back, done. And then she's like, okay, you can walk, so we're gonna take out your catheter. So then she explained it to me that they want to see that you can walk before they take it out, so that they know that you will go to the toilet. You'll be able to walk to the toilet when you need to go. They're not just gonna take it out and then you can't even walk yet. So that happened, cool. Then, and when I realized I could walk, I think by the next day even, I like walked around like I was bored, and then I would like go walk, but just in the ward, not too far. Hospital support, nurses, and a lactation consultant. Okay guys, I'm gonna tell you where I gave birth and everything. I gave birth at Life Wilgevel in Rodepoort, in Joburg. And my gynae is Dr. Schultz, and literally the most amazing doctors, nurses, hospital, the food, everything was so great. And honestly, the nurses, I feel like I want to go back there and like thank them, but the nurses were so amazing. Honestly, I don't even have the words. I don't have the words. They looked after me so well. Guys, nurses are amazing. Actually, nurses are amazing people. The occupation, the job, everything. Like, I have a newfound respect for nurses. They do all these things that you would never do, guys, and with so much grace. And like, they're so smart, and they basically like even the doctor there, guys, like I could ask these nurses anything. They helped with everything. They were really so amazing. Like, I can't imagine a different experience. They were really great. Also very involved in like making sure the breastfeeding is going well. I think by the second day, because I don't know, again, I'm not like a mommy expert going into things. I'm not stressing over it, but I've realized that just the way my boob is, it's better if I hold it the whole time. Like, I can't nurse and have a free hand. It has to be like that. But before I figured that out, I let go. So by the second day, my nipple was quite sore. And they were like trying to help. They were like showing me. They even wanted to get a lactation consultant in, but that never happened then because we figured it out. And it went really well. By the last day, I pumped. And that led me to now here at home where I breastfeed and pump and formula as a top up, but that'll be another video, like I said. But I just don't have enough time and words to describe the nurses at Volgevel. Bonding and breastfeeding with baby. See, again, I'm not that type of person. Like, bonding, I just don't romanticize these things. We obviously bonded. He's like my best friend right now. We have our own like unconventional, non-romantic, like I keep on saying, way. And I just love him. Like, I love him hard and rough. Like, I'm like hug. But it's never like this. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if that makes sense, guys. I don't know. But I don't have much to say on it. I feel like in this regard, I feel like my mom would understand me. My mom would also be like, you know, in my time, these words didn't even exist. Bonding and skin to skin and what. Like, you have your baby and you go home. And I feel like I'm there. Mental state: were you overwhelmed, anxious, joyful? So this is still in the first 48 hours. I was on that injection, guys. I wasn't feeling anything but tired and out of it. But I was fine. I was happy. The baby was so cute. I felt like the most cheesy thing I can say is like I felt so like in love. I still do, like in love with him. Like, he's so cute and I stare at him and everything he does is amazing. He's like the best baby in my eyes. Like, he's the smartest and the strongest and he develops the fastest for me. But I would say by the second night it was a bit like not overwhelming, but I was like still very tired. I was now on this injection still, and I realized by the second day that the nurses, this is like a boot camp. You don't just stay there for fun and they check your scar. You stay there and they like check that you know how to change a nappy, that you know how to clean the umbilical cord, that you are okay, that you're not maybe having like any mental whatever, like maybe some form of depression or anxiety or whatever. Like, they are observing you. And I realized that the second day, and not like I was fine and I was gonna show it. So I was getting up, I was changing nappy, whereas like I said, first night I just rang the bell for everything. He's crying, like I think he's hungry, I think his nappy is dirty. But then by now I was getting up and doing it. Maybe if I thought I was doing everything, I would call and then the nurse would come and, oh, he's still hungry or something, which also was so amazing. And I think that's why now, even to this day, I feel so like very chilled about this. And I said, like I said before, maybe it's because of my baby. Like, maybe it's because, okay, we're not struggling with colic for now, like anything could happen at any time. But because he actually like burps himself. Like, I'm not God's favorite, guys. I'm sorry, but my baby like burps himself. We don't really have to sit and like rub and everything. He burps and he farts and he's good. But what I realized was, and this is how they explained it to me, like, your baby is crying because they want milk, their nappy is dirty, they're tired, or they have trapped gas. Boom, done. There's nothing else. They don't want a cappuccino with a rusk. Like, that's it. So like I kind of like got into the groove of ticking. Okay, nappy, clean, done, boom. Tired, he's gonna sleep. Like, he's not like fighting to sleep, especially like day one. He wasn't fighting to sleep. Trapped gas, we quickly realized he burps and farts by himself. We would still do whatever. Most of the time, even to this day, he's just hungry and he eats a lot. I would say like one serving is like 200 milliliters of milk every 3-4 hours. I don't really keep track anymore. I just feed him when he's hungry. Again, I'm not like mom experts, and I feel like it's working for me. So then turns out he would still just be hungry or whatever. They did give formula on standby as a top up for the breastfeeding because it was so big, but since I was like very much breastfeeding in the hospital, he was fine. I would just put him back on, feed, done. And then number 5, postpartum recovery. So the first week at home, I got sent home with very nice pain medicine, and I also still had to inject myself, but I think there is that is the next topic, so I won't get into that too much. But getting in and out of bed, moving around, something that I'm glad I did was from the start was to move around. Like I said, even in the hospital, I would be bored and I would just go for a walk. I even went to walk to the clinic in the hospital to pay for the injection or something. I felt good, but guys, I thought there was something wrong with me, and then I googled it, and that is how the feeling is described. I can't really describe it. Guys, let's go back. This is not God's favorite moment. The worst experience I had in the hospital with catheter and injections and what was the drain that was in my scar. I have the dissolvable stitches, whatever, which has been healing very nicely, and like I've been doing good. But anyway, there was a drain in it, ne? And one of the days in the hospital, they had to take the drain out. It felt like a Reiki. What's a Reiki? A thing that you like that feeling, but not that quick, a long version of that. And it was hot. It was like on fire as she went and she pulled it out. That was crazy. That feeling was crazy. That was the worst thing I've experienced then. Then that feeling when I came home and I'm was now on the drip and stuff, I just have my pills. I would try and get out of bed, and as I come up, it would be that same like hot pulling feeling. I thought there was something wrong with me. I thought there's no way, because it literally feels like it was pulling, and I was like, oh my god, my stitches and everything is just it's tearing apart. But it wasn't, and it was like that for a while. That was sore, but I wouldn't say I had like overall pain. It was that hot feeling like coming up, and I was like, there was actually a time for a few days coming home where I really struggled to get up, and I was like, how am I supposed to get up? Like, how does this work? Why didn't no one why didn't doctor warn me like for real, like you're gonna struggle to get up and it's normal? I didn't think it was normal. I thought, oh my gosh, something's wrong. But it wasn't. It was fun. It got better. Like after a few days I could get up and I was fine. Then the one side was still just a bit sore, and now like it's fine. Today's almost 4 weeks now, 4 weeks postpartum, so that was fine. Then showering, wound care and sleeping. I think on that note, my sore, I just said was now the one side was more sore, the hot pulley feeling, that was the left side, so I could only sleep on this side. And this is what I wanted to say. Another thing that shocked me was it's so difficult to come up and out. How do I do that and look after a baby? Like obviously Sisi is there and like he's helping me and stuff, but we were trying to take turns and stuff, and I didn't want him to move now. That's just how I am. Like he could insist, but I also wanted to do my thing. And I couldn't like get up, and I was so confused, but I did it. Sisi would like push me, pull me. We figured it out and it was fun. Showering, fine. Showered every day. They said obviously like just don't go into water like a bath. I feel like I've been a bit naughty and I stand with my front to the water in the shower a lot, but yeah, it's been fun. like I said, I have the dissolvable stitches, and I can see like spots where it's already the ruafie, what do you call the ruafie? The scab or whatever is already coming off, so it's healing nicely. On the sides it's very thick, but it's already healing fine. It's obviously not cute, guys, and I didn't have stretch marks during... Okay, we're getting there. I keep on jumping to the next thing, but now I have stretch marks on my gaba, but we'll get there. Wound care, there wasn't any wound care. I just have to make sure it's dry. So I have a little hand fan. I would shower, pat dry, come stand, and the counter is like perfectly aligned with my scar. So I put the fan down while I'm putting on cream and make sure it's dry. How Sihle, your family supported you? Yeah, my mom is here and Sihle is here. They've just, and like since Nani would come, like everyone has just been helping with like bottles, cleaning, looking after the baby so I can shower. Like it's nothing like big to comment on. It just fell into place. I never had a moment where I wasn't like showering or something. I think even on my TikTok video I said the only thing in that regard that I experienced was I wasn't really eating, but it wasn't because of not having a chance to eat. I just didn't have an appetite. But I was showering. I was like some days dressing nice. Sometimes I would chill most now and stay in my pajamas and shower later, but most of the time it was fine. Like I was even back on social media, everything was fine in that regard. How I felt physically versus emotionally. Physically, like I said, it was just that thing of like struggling to get up and stuff. I kept on drinking my pain pills. I eventually like even stopped. I would like skip ones because it was morning and night. I would like skip, or I would just not be in the mood to drink it. And then I realized, oh, I felt fine, and I stopped drinking it. Emotionally, even while I was pregnant, I was so, because I struggle with anxiety. Not depression, but for anxiety drinking was antidepressants. But for that I've also just been chilled. I was allowed to drink it, even now I'm allowed to drink it, but I also just got so lazy with drinking pills because of all the vitamins and stuff that I stopped drinking it. So I was very anxious about the fact that, oh my word, am I gonna have postpartum depression? Like I was very overly aware of it, very and luckily, fortunately, it never happened. So I was like monitoring myself the whole time. I felt fine. I literally had like 2 days, one main day where I felt stressed. I wouldn't even say anxious, just stressed out and tired. Because at this point I was like, that thing of, okay, we're at the hospital, there's no nurses around, is the baby breathing, is he eating, is he fine the whole time. And then the next day I woke up and I got over myself and it was fine. Yeah, so I've been feeling fine. Now that everything is falling into place and it's fine, I'm stressing over other things like my body, but that's anyway the next bullet point. So number 6, body and wound healing. What helped with healing? Like I said, I had my pain medicine. I had very slow mornings. I would sleep in, but like be very active during the day. And I think that helped. On TikTok, I see a lot of discourse surrounding that. I think culturally, I'm also expected to stay at home, me and the baby, for 3 months, not go anywhere. My mother-in-law didn't have that conversation with me, and like I wasn't expected to do that, and also didn't want to do that, thankfully, because I think then mentally it would have been rough. So yeah, I've been fine with that. I did buy a belly binder thing, which I think a lot of people, I don't know, like I kind of was introduced to it in the moment, like after giving birth, where a lot of people do it for their stomach. But the way I see it, and I told Tihle, is the way I understand it is your stomach muscles must split during pregnancy. So that's like an extra support just to, as it's healing, like keep it together and support it. The one I have is carry well, and I don't even, it's not like a corset or a waist trainer. It's not even like a very tight thing. Like you just, it's like a little bra moment for your belly, for your mkaba. But yeah, obviously, body wise, my little stomach. I don't like it. I've also, like I said in my other video, gained a lot of weight. I weighed how much did I weigh? 83, 85, 87, around there. I love to weigh like 78. At that time I weighed 85, I would say. And then when I gave birth, I weighed 114, let's say 115, so that's 30 kilograms. Okay, I thought I gained 40 kilograms. I gained like 30 kilograms. And now I weigh like 101. I lost that first 10 very quickly. And now I weigh 101. But I got my appetite back and I've been eating like, but not a lot, just chilling. Obviously healthy, but I like to have like things in between, like a rusk or a chocolate or whatever. That hasn't been my problem. I've been eating like that my whole life. I just need to be active, and obviously now I can't be active, but that's the issue. So I'm also not rushing it. I know there's nothing I can do right now. So I weigh 101 now. So you're obviously 20 kilograms to go, and I would love to get there. But like I said, you can't rush these things. How your scar looks and feels. So another thing, maybe this is maybe part of what no one tells you, is you kind of go numb there on your skin by your stomach, by your scar. Some people lose that feeling there forever. I have feeling, but it's very sensitive. The scar is not cute, but it's fine. And like I said, I got the stretch marks as well. If I can just look nice in my clothes, it's fine. Like, I'm fine having the scar and the stretch marks under my clothes. But yeah, it's like, it's there. A lot's happening there by the scar. Number 7, emotional recovery. Navigating emotions, anxiety, sadness, gratitude, trauma. Luckily, no trauma, a lot of gratitude. I've spoken about the anxiety. Sadness, oh my god, I actually forgot about this now that I'm seeing this. During my pregnancy, I wasn't emotional. I think I was like emotional 2 or 3 times. You know, like that hormonal emotional, like for no reason. There was a time where I would cry. Like, I would just look at the baby and I would cry because he's so cute. But like, I would sad cry. Or cry like about like how short life is. Like life things. Like I had like a existential crisis moment for a few days. And I would like cry over it. But like, not that I was sad in my soul. Just like, I don't know. I'm probably just hormonal. Now, by week 4, I must say, and I told Sikle shame because I think he just thinks that I was becoming rude. I'm so impatient. I have absolutely no patience. Like, if I ask something and there's not an instant reply, like, I can't deal. I'm so impatient. But I am like very aware of it and transparent about it, so he knows. I'll even say I'm sorry, like that was rude, but I'm feeling so impatient. I literally can't help myself. That's how I'm feeling right now. That's where we're at. What helped me cope? What helped me cope was definitely getting out the house, moving around. I've seen like this method, like 5 days in the bed, 5 days in the room, 5 days in the house, and I could just never. I'm not saying that doesn't work. Maybe it does work for whoever else. For me, that would have done the opposite of work. So what's helping me cope is just going on with my normal life. Obviously, it's been a month. You might sit there and think, girl, just you wait. And maybe, yeah, that will still happen. For now, this is the 1 month recap. We could do a monthly recap. Let me do a monthly recap. So that now we have 5 things, guys. We'll do monthly recap on that. And I'll come back and I'll say if I was wrong or if I was delusional. For now, that's what's happening. Watch as many videos if you want as possible, different experiences. And that's also why I'm being honest about my positive experience. I don't want to sound like I've been saying God's favorite, but I do think it's important that there's a positive story out there as well, because a lot of the ones for views are the negative and scary and wild, crazy ones. So that's my take on my C-section experience. And I'll do the other videos. We'll turn this into a series. I'm also so excited to vlog. I feel like I haven't really shown YouTube the baby, especially now it's almost 1 month. But I'm excited to vlog and show you. I want to say that so far in my planning, guys, me and you, I'm like that child in the classroom who always has an excuse for their homework not being done. And I've said this before. but the plan is every Sunday an upload. The planning is looking well, and even if there's more, then it's a bonus. I'm saying that because I know for now I also want to do a 1 month recap like very soon after this. But the plan is for every Sunday, and not just do like pregnancy stuff. Like I said, I don't see myself being like a momfluencer or something. I want to share this part, but I also just want to share like my daily life, still like my coty stuff, wife stuff, and yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Please leave more questions. Another thing I always say is, I know I don't get to the comments. I do read most of them. Thank you so much for all the love and the support always. And yeah, you can leave questions. Maybe like every month, or I don't know when, I can do like a Q&A when I have nothing else to shoot. Okay, but anyway, thank you.